Dawson's Rentals.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with some Kamen Rider Revice news. So we have some new details about the series and some details about the casting. The upcoming press conference and trailer and whatnot is forthcoming. I believe it's on the 27th, and obviously I'll cover stuff involving that, but I wanted to talk about the new information we received. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to read the description of what we got and then sort of discuss it. This comes from Toei's official site because it has a description of the series, kind of like a base summary. Kamen Rider Revice is the story of a young man who makes a deal with the devil. The sinister dead man cult has developed a device called the Vice Stamp that can awaken the demons within humans, which they call dead men. Our hero named Iki Igarashi, he strikes a bargain with the demon Vice to use the stamp power to save the world as Kamen Rider Revi, or Kamen Rider Revi and Kamen Rider Vice. I don't know if it's going to be Revi or Revi, but it's Kamen Rider Revice is a mix of their two names, so it's technically, it's like double. Instead of a 2-in-1 Kamen Rider, it's a 2-in-2 Kamen Rider. I'm going to try not to butcher these names when I'm saying the casting. Delivery's all wrong, he's butchering it. So Iki is going to be portrayed by newcomer Kentaro Maeda? And then Vice, the sort of demon guy, is going to be voiced by Sabaru Kimura, who, if you don't know, and I didn't know until I read this, is the voice of the Seiza Blaster, or the Seiza Blaster from Q-Ranger. So say that change, that guy. And then I'll post an article too, because I have some other casting about his brother and sister, his younger siblings, and then also we have the head writer is Kinoshita, who's apparently a newcomer, which I think is a good thing, and then we have some veteran people working on the music and the directing, but we have a new writer, so it's not like, oh, so-and-so worked on Ghost, or so-and-so worked on Kabuto, or something like that. I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to get fresh blood in there. So, I think the most interesting thing is about this being a 2-in-1 guy. You know, we saw the first picture of Revice, and then we saw the two of them together, and there was speculation like, oh, he's going to be like an Imagine, oh, he's the second rider, a couple different things speculated. So it's basically like they're both the main character, and it's kind of like an amalgam of a couple different concepts, because it's very similar to stuff like the Imagines, or even the Ghost Spirits to a degree, and like it takes this form when he henshins. So like the main monstrous looking guy is Revi, and then Vice is the one that kind of has like the dinosaur hoodie. So I'm going to imagine he'll have some sort of spirit form, or maybe be like a voice in his head, or something along those lines, and then he takes this form when he transforms. It's also possible that he looks like that to him in his head or something when there's like civilian scenes, but these are the forms they take when they transform, and I think that's unique. I like that concept. I think it brings up, again, it's kind of some similar ideas, but put into a unique package, and I think makes for some interesting story potential and also some interesting like form potential, because there was a rumor about like Vice will take the different forms depending on what he's using, but I'm going to imagine they'll both have versions of alternate forms at some point. I also like the general concept of the series with the stamps and the demon deal, and you know, this form is based off of a dinosaur, but from the sounds of it, with the whole demon deal thing, I don't think necessarily everything will be dinosaur based, unless I'm off base there. I like that too. Not that I was against the dinosaur theme, but when I first saw it, you know, before we saw the driver with a little dino on it and stuff, and before we saw Vice as a dino, it looked very demon-y to me, so that kind of checks out now. So I like that that opens the possibility for more different aesthetics from more riders and more characters. So I think the concept of the stamps is cool, the concepts of the 2-in-2 Kamen Rider is cool, and it could potentially, you know, have a fun sort of buddy dynamic there. However, you can also see the story of the week generic formula at play here, you know, with the awakening demons and humans. That's obviously going to be used for the story of the week, and I can already sort of start to see the generic things forming. Like, I'm actually looking forward to this, because catching up on Saber had me on a little bit more of a rider kick. Pun intended? Kind of more excited for this now, but I'm just hoping it's not too formulaic, because I've mentioned that's kind of my problem with 0-1 and Saber. Not my only problem, but is that it just feels like the same formula we got from the Heisei era, you know, or, you know, at least the post-decade one. Hoping for more of a little bit of a shake-up, but I don't know, I'm not saying it won't be good, but it definitely sounds like the recipe for the generic formula is like you can set your watch to it. You can set your ride watch to the way Rider behaves. And I always sound like a broken record when we have Rider videos about the new series, and then I sound a broken record about saying that I'm a broken record, because I always want the same things. I'm like, I want the show to be good. I want it to not be so formulaic. I want a normal protagonist. I want the belt to not sound like it needs psychiatric care. Only for the main Rider. You can't really tell a lot by the way he looks, but I'm just hoping for a normal guy. You know, I would love for us to get kind of a badass protagonist like Kabuto, but I just want a normal person, like maybe like a Tamari or a Haruto, just a normal guy that doesn't shriek in my face, and that isn't the most specialist boy ever like Haruto that's kind of a little twerpy. Like, I just want somebody normal. That'd be great. Just a generic guy. If for no other reason that I get tired of seeing the same type of character. Like, I'm personally not into the Toma types, and the, you know, the Aruto types and the Shrieking Crackhead types. But even if that was my thing, it gets boring to have the same type of protagonist every year. So I'm just hoping for something a little bit different. That would be good. But what do you guys think of this 2-in-2 Kamen Rider concept? Are you looking forward to the series? Let me know in the comments. As always, until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.